What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back with another video. This time it's going to be another review video, but something that you guys requested, and that is a comparison video of the best action camera right now in 2024. We're not only going to be comparing one or two, we're comparing all three top cameras from every single brand. And let me show you the setup. We have the newest GoPro Hero 12, the newest Insta360 Ace Pro, and the newest DJI Action 4. And we're gonna be doing a full, complete side-to-side comparison. And of course, at the end, we gotta take them all on a ride. I'm gonna have the exact same setup, just change the camera up, same mic, same helmet, same everything. And then we're gonna ride with all three cameras. So enough talking, let's start on these cameras so you guys can see for yourself firsthand. We also have to take advantage of this awesome flip-up screen with the Insta360 Ace Pro because it's extremely useful and versatile when vlogging. All right, enough messing around. Now we're actually shooting with all three different cameras. I believe for the most part, image quality should be a pretty high level at this point. I feel like action cameras have come very far along where the image quality is really good. I'm shooting at 4K 60 frames per second across all cameras. We're using the widest angle on all cameras as well. I would say though I'm not using the widest angle with the GoPro simply because the widest angle with the GoPro gives you a little bit too much of a fisheye. For the audio, the GoPro currently has a slight advantage simply because I am using the media mod for the GoPro. I'm using these setups. All these three setups are exactly how I mount them on my motorcycle helmet, as you guys can see right here, which is why I'm keeping the media mod on the GoPro, which does increase the price of it, which will give it better audio right now. But the main audio comparison is actually going to be when we ride, because that's a lot more challenging than just me talking to the camera in a quiet enclosed garage. The true test is when I'm talking and there's wind noise and there's exhaust sounds and all that type of stuff. And when we do that, we're going to be using external microphones for all of these cameras. I would say though, thank you to Insta360 Ace Pro and DJI Action 4 as well for having magnetic mounts. It allows me to just click two buttons and the camera comes off and it magnetically connects back together with clips for added extra security. Thank you both Insta360 and DJI for including such a nice feature. I don't know why GoPro is slacking and did not include that feature. As a motovlog rider, we do care about the weight of these cameras, so at the end of the video I will be putting all these cameras on the scale so we can see the weight difference between all of them. I'm not going to be using the flip-up screen too much in this video simply because I want it to be a fair comparison with the battery life. I'm assuming if I use that flip-up screen, it might take the battery a little bit more because I'm actually using the full screen while the other cameras are going into power saving mode. So I did want to show you guys that this is an amazing feature that you can use if you use this camera for a multi-function camera. Insta360 has always been the leading brand in having a multi-purpose action cam. Just like their 360 camera, you can use it for a lot of things, and that's what they did with this action cam. They revolutionized the game by adding this flip-up screen while still having a very durable action camera like they all are supposed to be. If you guys don't believe me, then you should check out the last video when I did the review on the Insta360 Ace Pro and we did a drop test. I'll put a little clip for you guys right here. And I'm actually shooting with the exact same camera that I did the drop test with. We are riding my beautiful V4R, putting these cameras directly to the test. I'm currently shooting with the new Insta360 Ace Pro. I have to give the crown for versatility to the Ace Pro simply because of that flip-up screen. And with the weight, I actually don't think it's that heavy. Like I'm using it right now and I never noticed. I definitely noticed when I switched up to the GoPro here at 12, because that thing is way bulkier, especially because of the medium mod. I think if it was just for the camera, it would have been okay, but that medium mod definitely makes it a lot bulkier, especially for having it on your helmet, because when the wind hits it as you're moving your head, you feel that wind. And since that camera is the widest out of them, it definitely gives you a little bit of like extra resistance when you're moving your head. The DJI is definitely the smallest one and the lightest one. The skies are looking absolutely beautiful. I'm just gonna stop right here so I can change my setups. Look at this beauty. Alright, now I'm gonna pause the Insta360, but this is also to show you guys the audio with the Insta360. We did a ride, I'm talking to you guys in it. So that's why I want to ride with all three different cameras so you guys can hear them, because audio is honestly the most important aspect for me. Audio and battery life, which we'll get to later on in this video. I have my cameras in my pockets. We said that we're going to run the DJI right now and then the GoPro. Yeah, the DJI is definitely the smallest by far. Like, let me take out the GoPro for you guys and show you the size comparison. I think the Insta360 is right in between the two when it comes to size. But, oh, and my jeans are falling apart. But look at the size difference between these two. Here we are. This is the setup of the DJI magnetic mount, just like the Insta360 Ace Pro. As I said, a huge feature that I think all action cameras should have right now, and they all do except the GoPro for whatever reason. And now we switched up to the DJI Action 4. This is the Ace Pro that I was shooting with, magnetic mount, similar setup. This is the mic adapter that is pretty much what you need. And you also, not only it's a mic adapter, but also it's Type-C, so you can access the Type-C, so you can plug it in to your computer or charge it up without having to take the mic adapter off, which is also nice for Insta360 to include that as well. So now let's put this camera away and let's start the ride with the Action 4, and we'll talk about the second point, since the Insta360 Ace Pro right here took the crown for versatility. Oh, a train is passing by. The next points we're going to be talking about include some extra features and how compatible they are with third-party devices. The GoPro, again, once again, is at the bottom of the list. I believe the GoPro is compatible with AirPods. Let's say you have AirPods and you want to connect to that, so it should be compatible with that, but it does not have a GPS remote, while both DJI and Insta360 offer a GPS remote unit. But the Insta360 once again added an extra feature, and that is that the GPS unit for the Ace Pro also allows you to preview your actual footage on the external device. Not only that, but also the Ace Pro is compatible with Cardo, and if you don't want to buy Insta360's GPS device, you can actually connect it to your Apple Watch and access the GPS features through your Apple Watch. You just can't preview your screen through the Apple Watch like you can do with the external GPS unit that you can get from Insta360. I gotta talk a little bit about the audio since we are using the DJI. I think we have a pretty wide range when it comes to the audio quality with these cameras. I feel like the image quality is primarily honestly preference. All of these cameras are amazing. When it comes to the shooting quality, low light is obviously still something that is being developed, and finally DJI and Insta360 have developed cameras that can handle low light quality. But when it comes to the audio, there's quite of a range between these cameras. I think the DJI is the most noise isolating and I would say professional sounding out of the three, which in general that would be great. That might be a slight issue simply because you guys want to hear the bike, you want to hear a little bit of the external sound, and primarily, like, let's say I'm talking to someone else at a meet or some, you know, just a friend or something like that, then the DJI just does too well in isolating my voice and canceling out everything else, which makes it pretty challenging for you guys to hear anything else but me. But let's say I'm out at an event or anything like that, you guys won't be able to hear it, and I've noticed that because when I use this camera, I actually have to boost up the audio in post-production, especially when I'm talking to other people, so you guys can hear them better. The GoPro, I would say, is, I don't know what about it, but I think it's right between the DJI and the Insta360. I think you can hear pretty much me and everything around me. The one issue with the GoPro is that the wind noise. They always struggle the most, I feel like, with the wind noise. The wind noise is always extremely loud, even though it has a wind noise mode. But unfortunately, that's where the GoPro suffers the most when it comes to wind noise. The Insta360 Ace Pro so far has been really great when it comes to audio. Insta360 massively improved the audio, especially in comparison to their older generation, the One RS. They do have a wide variety of range, but I personally cannot decide. I have different cameras such as the Insta360, which is more of a full all-around quality that I can use for everything. But let's say I wanted to go on a ride where I know I'm just going to be going fast and I want to talk to you guys, I want you to hear my voice very clearly, and I'm mainly going to be doing freeway riding without talking to anyone else or anything like that, then I'll most likely use my Action 4 simply because it isolates my voice the best. Right now we're going to switch to the final camera of the day, the new GoPro Hero 12, and then maybe you guys can let me know which one do you prefer the best when it comes to audio. Alright, the last camera of the day. Now excuse me if the quality isn't going to be the absolute best with this camera. As I said, the Hero 12 is definitely the worst when it comes to the low light quality. I can definitely feel a slight bit of a weight difference. The sun is setting, so we'll get on the Ducati and ride back now before it gets too dark, and then I'll place all three cameras back on the triple tripod that I've built so you guys can see the nightlight quality of all three of them. Alright, on the way back we're going to focus a little bit more about battery life, and there's one feature that I was actually supposed to talk about on the way here, but we ended up talking about other features. All cameras have voice control. The Insta360 Ace Pro also has gesture control. I demonstrated it in the previous video when I did the full review on the Ace Pro. Gesture control pretty much allows you to not only control starting and stopping recording with your voice, but also allows you to control that by using gestures. So for example, if you point the Insta360 Ace Pro and do a peace sign, it's going to take a picture. If you have your palm up, it's going to take a video. How the Insta360 is able to do that is actually by having an AI chip. The AI chip is, in my opinion, one of the biggest features of the Insta360 Ace Pro, since it's beneficial in multiple ways, such as improving low light quality, in general enhancing image quality, allowing features such as the gesture control that we just talked about, but also some extra features such as the AI highlight mode. The AI highlight mode, we talked more in detail about it in the full review, but I'll give you a quick summary. Pretty much when you're out shooting, especially vlogging, and pretty much you can highlight certain moments in the video. You can easily find them and process them in the Insta360 app in post-production. It just allows you to remember and save special moments that happens when you're out and filming. And the final point that we're going to talk about in this comparison is, of course, the battery life. As we all know, battery life is one of the most important features of action cameras, and I'm not gonna lie, based on my experience so far, I think the Ace Pro has the best battery life so far, just based on me using and riding with all of these. This guy is majorly staring at the bike. Show the battery percentage. Just based on the first video when we had all three cameras on my tripod, the GoPro has already lost because it was already 5% behind the DJI Action 4, and it looked like the Insta360 was slightly ahead of the DJI when it comes to the battery life. Now that we have ridden with all three cameras, and you guys have heard all three cameras with the exact same microphone and setup, same helmet and all, let me know what you guys think, which camera sounds the best, and also let me know what you guys think about the quality of these cameras as well. Now I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna mount all three cameras back on the tripod, and we're gonna get some more night shots with the bikes. Since there's one extra feature about this Ace Pro that I haven't talked about, and it's called Pure Video, which allows for the maximum low light quality that you guys are gonna see in just a second. And the McLaren's right behind it, the G-Wagon, and the Urus. 488 Pista. There it is, let's go! We're now shooting at night, so you guys can see the 3 cameras. And now we're back in the garage shooting with all 3 cameras. Again, it's a little bit more low light. I showed you guys a little bit of the Ducati being outside with just a little bit of a garage light, and now all we have is my little garage light over here. So you guys can see a little bit more of the low light quality performance when there is a face involved. So in case you want to vlog at night. A few years ago, action cameras were not usable almost at all at night. And now, thanks to the Insta360 Ace Pro, which I believe takes the crown when it comes to low light quality. So let me know what you guys think. Comparison with all 3 cameras next to each other at low light quality. You guys saw them during the day. You guys also saw them riding. Now we have all the lights on. We're done with the ride. We're done with the review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I would also like to shout out Insta360 for sponsoring this video. Click the top link down in the description below. Get your Ace Pro right now if you want to start vlogging, moto vlogging, or just have an amazing all-around action camera that you can do pretty much anything with. And I'll definitely be reading the comments because I really want to know which one you guys prefer the most. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out and ride safe.